Previously on Feargal Comes to Windermere.
This is the solution as we see it.
Right.
This is what we're striving for.
I think an awful lot of those environment charities are now actually more of a hindrance than a help. In my view, they shouldn't even be allowed input into this conversation anymore.
For the Environment Agency, you're just like, well, your job is to protect the environment. Why aren't you doing that? And I know there's, within the agency itself, you've got those on the ground that really, really care. They're in it because they want to protect the environment.
Because
but
those...
they're hamstrung by results.
Okay, because those at the top of the agency and the board simply not equipped with the tools, the knowledge and experience that they needed to be able to confront what actually is an industry now being populated by quite Machiavellian Whitehall politics and global corporate financing. And there's nobody in those boards that I'm looking at actually have a background and a really proactive, successful, methodical background in dealing with either of those two things. So to use a well-worn old Irish quote, you sent a boy to do a man's job.
Yeah. So for the campaign, this is the site where we have such blatant examples of EA regulatory failings. They completely failed to investigate a Category 1 fish kill in this river, which is a triple SI, due to complete and utter incompetence. And we've also got a site which is discharging directly into a triple SI that's having a huge adverse impact on that river. Out of the end of that pipe, we saw since 2020 over 6,800 hours of untreated sewage going into this river itself. Okay. This for us is just the epitome of the situation. And it's made even worse because it's supposed to have our greatest level of protection in the country.
So let's start with the EA. Who spotted the fish kill?
It was reported by the estate owner.
Right. And the EA response was who moved first, who blinked first, who did anything?
Supposedly, United Utilities was first on the site. There was...
Sorry, hang on, let me reverse here. Somebody phones up, goes, I'm the riparian owner of this river. It looks to me like there's thousands of my fish dead on this river. Mr. Environment Agency, can you do something? Yet the first person that turns up at the crime scene is the water company, possibly the perpetrator of the aforementioned fish kill.
They then said, it's not us.
Right, of course
so
it's not.
So the EA goes, okay, well, we'll go up there and we'll take one sample higher up.
Right.
They didn't take any sample below the pipe. They didn't collect any dead fish. Not a single fish was taken from the river.
Right.
And in the reports following this, the EA stated that every single thing on this river was killed. And yet they've concluded they don't know what killed the river.
So I presume there was nothing untoward shown in the sample above the pipe upstream from the pipe?
So what's fantastic is that you actually have S-weight water up there, which is a stocked fishery.
Right.
They're saying that it looks like it could have been an algal bloom in Esway, but there was not a single dead fish in the stock fishery.
Stop it.
There was then a 100, 200 metre stretch of the river in which there was no dead fish.
Right.
A pipe comes in, the river's killed.
Excellent. They didn't take a single fish.
Didn't take a single fish, not a sample.
Toxicology report on a single fish, not a biopsy, not a single bit of fish, flesh, organs, any kind of analysis, nothing whatsoever. And therefore, nothing to see here, carry on, you've all imagined it, you've made it up.
And on top of that,
act of God.
The sewage works, there is still data that they could obtain from the sewage works, and they're refusing to do so.
Big question. What do you do with somebody that's displaying that level of incompetence?
Well, this is why we're spending so much time now, and part of it is that we put a lot of information on the website. Which is breaking down these failings of the agency, the water industry, and putting it out to the public to say, you can make your mind up now as to how angry you should be and how you want to get involved.
So if you were the next Prime Minister of this country, what would you do in your first day in office?
We need full regulatory reform, and we need directors to be held accountable for the decisions and actions that they make.
And for the camera, ladies and gentlemen, that's on United Utilities' little hut, staring this way, looking at us right now. Nice wave for the camera. Hello!
So how do you think that people can help the Save Windermere campaign?
Well, obviously the first thing they can do right now is get on their computer, get on their laptop, get on their mobile phone, borrow their children's, their nephews, their grandparents, their uncles, go onto the Save Windermere website, sign up, get involved, take part in the campaign, and let's go and give these guys hell, because this needs reform and it needs to change and it needs to happen today. And people can play their own part in what's becoming a quite big conversation. Everybody can help a little bit. Well done, Matt, for everything you and the guys at Save Windermere. It's been a real pleasure coming up and seeing you guys. And everything you're doing. My utter admiration.